What's up, guys? Welcome to VHB Engines. I was going to do a tech video today, but I decided I'd do this instead. Honestly, the two topics I came up with were both asked of me today. And both of those that were asked for me today have been asked several times before. And I will go ahead and let you know because some of you guys got left in the inbox read without being answered. And the reason why I haven't answered is because of this. Well, one being oil pump failures, when to detect. This is going to be common sense for a lot of you guys, but it's one of the questions I get a lot. So as to not repeat myself and have to explain to some people how I know what I know on the oil pump thing, I'll just make a stupid video for it so people know, and I won't have to explain it. And secondly, being RPM's red line limits for stock engines and shit. I thought I went over this in my head video, and I might have. So actually, one video, possibly two. I'll research my own shit again to make sure I didn't already talk about that. But it comes up a lot. People ask me a lot, so I figured I'd touch on it again. All right. So today's main topic is the direction of the channel. Again, talking about this. Because, another comment come up on one of my videos a couple days ago. Somebody mentioned something about, like, oh, I would like to see more hands-on with this channel. I have a couple things to say about that. I know I probably sounded a little bit like a prick when I made my response to that. But, I mean, it's true what I said. What I said was true. This channel got its Kickstarter from the Vitara discussion video. I sat down just like this for the very first time. I talked about that Vitara engine build because I was so impressed by it. I wanted to share my thoughts. And then that inspired me to go into making other videos. And I thought they were going to be more along the same lines, and they weren't. They were the engine building videos. Now, if you go through the engine building playlist, there's like 25 videos of all engine builds. And I know probably only about 6 of those are like super detailed, and the rest aren't. But even with that being said, if you go through and look at the view count on that, it's extremely low on all of them. There's a couple of them that have broke over 1,000. My original single cam videos broke over 10,000. But that's because they're a year old and it's a popular topic. All right, not because they're great videos or anything. But nobody really watches the engine building videos. I put I'll go and I'll spend like 4 or 5 hours doing my engine build and shoot an hour and change worth of stuff just to have 300 views in 5 months. That's crazy, and honestly, one engine build is the same as another when it comes to these. For most Hondas, one B series is pretty much the same as other B series. One single cam is the same as other single cams, and so on and so forth. So it's kind of hard for me to keep making engine building videos, even if I had a good supply. When it would get repetitive. Would I still record making the engine or building the engine? Yes, mainly because that way when I go to sell that engine, I have the companion video to go with it. So that way the person potentially buying can see the build. All right, and that saves me a lot of fucking headaches and questions. Now, secondly, the reason why I haven't done any of those in a while is because, like some of you know that have been watching for a long time, I used to live in South Florida. South Florida has an enormous Honda crowd. Parts come and go like this. Every week I was buying a new engine. All right, every week I was getting something new. Every paycheck. I haven't bought an engine not one time the entire time I've been here where I'm at now in West Virginia, and I've been here since fucking October of last year. All right, so it's not so much that I don't want to build more engines. It's just that I'm not in a place where I can get them. And I would like to branch out and do Nissan engines and American Muscle, but the motivation to go out there and spend $300 or $400 for an engine for 200 or 300 views is just not there. Why should I go and kill my pockets and my personal money to build an engine that I'm not going to sell, that I'm not going to run anytime soon, and that you guys aren't even going to pay attention to? So when you talk about tech stuff, there's more hands-on. This is VHB engines. This is an engine channel. So if it's not really engine related, there's not really too much shit that you're going to see tech wise, like hands-on. Now, I will build cars here eventually when I but that also is a money thing. I'm not fucking rich, and I just took a huge pay cut a couple months ago. So it's not easy for me to get my hands on fucking parts, and juggling parts and over bills, I got to pay bills. YouTube is nowhere near anywhere capable of paying for bills. YouTube can barely even pay for me to do giveaways for you guys, all right? and I still haven't received YouTube money yet, and I thought for sure that I would have at the beginning of this month. Now, as far as general tech goes, like general hands-on, I'm not Eric the Car Guy. You know, there are other videos, there's other channels out there you can go and watch to see shit like that. This is not that channel for that. And when I do start doing work on cars, maybe some painting bodies you're going to see here, and you're going to see me do turbo stuff here, like I'm going to mock up turbo kits, and maybe eventually do a Honda, do a swap on camera. But even then, you know, I kind of feel like it's not going to be something that happens too often, for one. And two, you know, I haven't, okay, so a couple months back, I was browsing around YouTube and I ran into that Honda Street Garage guy, right? Now, I subbed right away because you don't find many Honda related channels out there that does tech shit. But it was kind of hard for me to watch his videos. I tried to really get into it and watch, and it seemed kind of boring for me. So for me to say that I'm going to do engine swaps and shit for you guys is kind of hypocritical for me, because I'm saying that I can't even watch somebody else do it because it's kind of fucking boring. Now, maybe I can bring my own flavor to it and my own style of doing things. It'll be more entertaining, you know, for myself. I don't know about for you guys, but I just don't know. I don't. So I would recommend you go out and watch that guy. You know, if you want to see more tech related stuff, you know, I'm not the guy. Right now, this YouTube channel is demanded tech stock. All right, my channel went from like 200 subs to 1,000 when I started doing videos like this, sitting in front of the camera, talking, answering questions. All right, and a lot of the videos I'm making nowadays are directly in result to you guys asking me questions. All right, it's not just like I'm sitting around anymore, constantly thinking about what I'm going to do. I can't do that anymore. I already did that. I already burned out most of my thoughts. So most of the videos you guys see nowadays are based on questions I get from you guys, which rolls into another question I get. You know, somebody's like, "Oh, I see that you're a B series guy," you know, and then a lot of people ask H22 stuff, H22 stuff, H22 stuff. All right. Well, first off, when you guys ask me about the H22 stuff, it's kind of like when you guys were fucking hounding me for a 200 horsepower B series build. You know, I've kind of already talked on that. There's not really much I can go into detail about that. So the little bit of stuff that I've mentioned kind of already covers my thoughts on the H series. I think that maybe the H2B thing, it kind of threw people off a little bit because the video was titled H2B, so they thought maybe it was just going to be H2B specific. But I've pretty much gone over how I feel about the H22 in general in that video. And I also mentioned briefly what the H can do and how much horsepower stock. I like the H22. I think the H22 is a great engine. The G23 is something I fantasize about doing and have done for a long time. I have an H22 head. If I can get my hands on F23 block, I will gladly build a G23, and I will probably keep it and run it. But, you know, again, it comes to the fact that I can't just go out down the street and buy a fucking Honda engine anymore. I would have to go to eBay and import a fucking F23 block, and that's just not something I'm willing to do. It's gonna cost me way too much fucking money just to have a video to build for you guys that isn't gonna get a lot of viewership, or possibly, but I don't know. But even if I do get a lot of viewership, what's considered a lot for me, 1,000 views isn't really shit when it comes to YouTube income and all that shit. So I understand that you guys may want to see something a little different here, but I'm just too broke. I don't have enough fucking money to go on and do these kind of builds, guys. Sorry to be disappointing there, but that's just the way it is. You know, I can do stuff like this. I can talk. I can do these little talks and shit with you guys, and I'm gonna continue to do live streams randomly and shit. I have another live stream I'm probably gonna do sometime this week, maybe on the later half. Talk to you guys again, but until something changes with income or whatnot, it's just gonna be pretty much based on this. Until I can get all the parts together to get the fucking Integra off the ground, literally out of the air. Once I get the Integra back on 4 fucking wheels, I will feed off of that for a good while. I will do shop videos based on that. But that's not gonna be anytime soon, because the fact is I gotta buy brakes, rotors, calipers. I gotta buy a bunch of shit to get that car back on its all fours. For you guys that have heard me say before that I had all the parts, I thought I had the parts. Parts were wrong. I know that a lot of suspension from the DC, EG, and Del Sol all switch over, but the fucking parts that I thought, were gonna switch over, they don't. So I gotta go back to the drawing board and buy new shit again. Yeah. So gonna be here. I'll go back here again tomorrow with some tech talk shit, and I'll just keep going on from there. You know, guys, I can't, like I said before, videos aren't gonna be super scheduled release anymore, just because of the fact that I don't have enough content ideas to keep bringing them to you on a fast basis. All I can say is, if you guys want more stuff from me, keep asking questions. You know, ask in the comments below. But just please, for the love of God, do me the favor of browsing through my videos before you ask the topic. I was like, hey, well, I maybe you've already talked about it. You're just gonna get ignored if it's like that. If it's something I think I've already talked about, but you gotta be sure. All right, just take a few minutes, and especially if you're already a subscriber and you've been here for a while, guys. I would like to think that if you've been here for a while, you've been a subscriber for a while, and you've been watching the stuff that I do, I would like to imagine that on your free time, when you're bored and you ain't got shit to do, and you've already checked out the other favorite channels, that you're gone through and you look through my playlist and see if there's anything that you want to know, that you'd like me to cover, that to see if maybe I've already talked about. Oh, also, there's a couple of you guys that have offered to send me some stuff for free, and I appreciate that. Car parts. One of you guys I know has got stuff in the box and already sent out a set of LS pistons and rods. I appreciate that. What I'm going to try to do for you guys who do send in little shit like that, I'll try to give you stuff back. So put a return address on there on the package. Put your return address on there wherever you want it to go to get some stuff, and I'll see if I'll have some stickers made for you guys to slap on the car, or maybe your shirt or whatnot, as my budget permits. But for stickers, I can for sure do. I just gotta not be lazy and go out and get them. Yeah, and I guess just keep up posted with Facebook and social media and whatnot, and keep updated what's coming on down the pipes here. And I guess that's pretty much gonna be it for today. This little chat here. I hope I can clear some things up for you guys. And as always, you know, social media shit's in the description below. Facebook for news updates. Instagram for project stuff, which has not been for a while. Twitter and Snapchat, I do little quick updates on. Anybody who has me on Snapchat gets a follow back. And if I see car stuff in your stories, I'll peep game and be nosy and see what y'all are up to. Seeing some nice cars from some of you guys. Some of you guys got some pretty good stuff out there. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and peace. I'll see y'all tomorrow.